So hey guys, I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I guess my next topic would be white phase. White phase, you basically get, it's all of your rifle marksmanship time. So it's about 3 weeks, just like all the other ones, and that's when you first get your M4, and that's your baby. It's your life. You know, when you go to reception, they make you carry around a laundry bag, and you have to have this laundry bag the whole time. Basically simulates having your M4 with you. So you do not want to leave your M4 anywhere. Every time you went down to formation, had a rifle. Anytime you went to bed, had a rifle. Get up and go to the bathroom at night, you had to bring your rifle to the desk where fire guard was at. But honestly, like, my entire white phase experience was it was just a lot of shooting. So we just shot and shot and shot and shot and shot. Luckily we had a small company, so we had a lot of rounds to go through. Pretty much it. You can either become a marksman, a sharpshooter, or an expert. I suck, so I'm a sharpshooter, but in my M9, I am an expert. So white phase, you get a little bit more freedom. So if you need to go to sick call, you could walk there by yourself, I'm pretty sure, and walk back without a drill sergeant. I mean, you still can't talk or anything, nothing like that. We started dismissing ourselves from the chow hall in white phase, so like instead of the drill sergeants, like it's just not total control anymore, so like they're giving you a little more leniency. That's about it. So I guess I'll just transition into blue phase also, because there's not much to white phase. Like, honestly, it's literally all rifle marksmanship. Like, it's everything pretty much carried on from red phase, and then white phase is just your rifle, learning about your rifle, taking it apart, da da da. Then blue phase was kind of like a combination of all the things. We were in white phase for so long that we were literally in blue phase for like a week. Oh, blue phase is when we went to the field. Yeah, that shit sucks. So I guess technically blue phase is like 2 weeks of just like learning more in-depth stuff, like whatever. We're preparing for the field, and then you actually go to the field, which is, you know, not fun. Right, so you go for like the day, and then you stay there the night, and then you come back the next day. And then the last week of blue phase, you go to the field for pretty much, it's supposed to be the whole week. I don't think we stayed like the full length. I don't really know. I know we were there for 3 nights. We were there for like 3 nights and 4 days. And then the last night you do Nick at Night. So if you guys don't know what the field is, or you're wondering what it is, and this has nothing to do with being military police, this is literally just all basic training stuff. They give you a tent, and I mean like not like a tent you might see like on fucking TV. They give you, it's basically a piece of green cloth, and it's called a half shelter, and you match it up with somebody else, your battle buddy, who has the other half of the half shelter, and you have to button it together and basically stick stakes in, and it has no bottom, so you're laying on the ground, no bottom whatsoever, and that's your tent. So you have that. I mean, you have a lot of other gear that goes with you too, but I mean, that's basically like it. That was probably the worst experience of my life. I'm not gonna lie, just because I am not like I'm a germaphobe, so like I really like I like having clean hands, I like having clean things, I like having a clean place to sleep. You know, I really, really, really do not like bugs. Like, if you would have seen mine and my battle buddies' half shelter or tent, we literally took rocks. Like, we took our tarp, laid the tarp on the ground, and then laid the tent over the tarp, because we wanted to ground instead of sleeping on actual ground. We wanted like something on the bottom, and we like wrapped it up and then put giant rocks like all around it to keep as much like spiders or things or anything out. So I mean, I really didn't sleep pretty much the whole time. Like, I would kind of go to sleep, and then you still had to do fire guards, so then you'd wake up, but like I just never actually slept. Like, it didn't really matter how tired I was. I just really didn't go to sleep, because it just wasn't my thing. You know, everybody kept saying, oh, you're in the army, you joined the army. Like, that's great. I'm still allowed to not like spiders just because I joined the army. I mean, it is what it is. I can't help I don't fucking camp for fun. Some people like to do that shit. I don't. So it was pretty awful. We went on like little missions, like they were little fake missions. We had to like pull security and stuff, and I fell asleep a couple times, not gonna lie. But I mean, it was definitely an experience one that a lot of people can't really take away from me, but it's not necessarily an experience I'd ever want to say that I would gladly do again, because it's definitely not. Did a lot of stayed up late. Some people, like 2 of my battle buddies, there were 2 males, they stayed up like the whole night and just like fucking ran around and stuff. I mean, some people made the mess of it. Like, it was kind of fun. The field is when a lot of people get in trouble. So a lot of people fraternize during the field. So, I mean, I don't know how, because it's gross, because you're dirty and you don't shower for 4 days. But, I mean, that was another thing. Like, changing in a porta potty, not being able to shower, like, having the same clothes. Like, it was just all such a hassle. And I just think a silly hassle, in my opinion. But, I mean, it is what it is. And then the last day, you make it through the field, whatever. We, like, usually you do it that night. I don't think we did that night because of scheduling reasons. But we, like, got back from the field, and then we were allowed to, like, they actually let us nap. Yes, we got to nap. For once in our lives, we got to nap. We got to shower for real long. We got to wear PTs for the rest of the day, like, once we got back. Like I said, we got to nap for a little bit. And then that night, we had Nick at Night. So, Nick at Night is, like, your final hoorah of basic training. It's basically low crawling in sand. And when I mean sand, I mean hard, wet sand. Like, it's very, very, very difficult. Very difficult. Like, you think, yeah, I got this with your M4. You're crawling along. I'm telling you, 5 of these, and I was done. Done. It doesn't matter how in shape you were. Like, I was done. And it was very hard. You had all your gear on. You had an MVG on. I think that's what it's called. So don't come for me if it's wrong. But you had the night vision on. And, it was just so hard. So hard. So you get to the finish line, or whatever you want to call it. But while you're crawling, there's live rounds going above you. So people are literally shooting live rounds over you and over you and over you. And all you can hear is, like, they're super high. So even if you stood up, like, you wouldn't get hit. But I mean, it's still dangerous. It's still, like, a precautionary thing to it. You make it to the end, and then you're basically, like, moving in on, like, it's just all simulation. So you, like, you get up, you go one way, some people go the other way, you do something, you, like, go through it all. It's so hard to explain. And it's just like you're moving in on people. Like, you're up, you're ready, you know, so you're moving in, it ends, and then that's basically it. They march you over to, like, the bonfire. There's a bonfire. They march you over to that. 2 people speak about, they say, like, the Army values or something like that. And, you know, a couple of the people who want to talk to you, whether you're a commander, a drill sergeant, whatever, they talk to you, and then they come around and they give you this dog tag, basically saying, like, you're a soldier now. Like, this is, like, your initiation of becoming a soldier. Like, you don't have an MOS or anything, but you're a basically trained U.S. Army soldier. So, like, if there was a war to pop off the next day, they could send you because you are trained as a soldier. So, yeah, there's a bonfire, and they make you stand in formation. They come around, congratulate you, give you this yada, 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 whatnot thing. I don't know. It's a very inspiring moment, I guess. But it just, we still had a lot more to do after that, so it was kind of, but, I mean, it was cool. Nick and Night was awesome. And then you finish. And then there's something called Warrior Dinner or Breakfast. We had both because ours is OSIT, so we had, like, a dinner and a breakfast. I'm pretty sure breakfast is first. Like, the Warrior Breakfast was first, and then Warrior Dinner was at the end of OSIT. But, so we had, like, a breakfast, and that's when you can, like, pick, like, drill sergeants sit at, like, a table in the chow hall, and you can go and sit with them, and you can get up and get seconds, and you can actually talk and interact with them and stuff in a little bit of a different way. And then some people put skits on, like, kind of making fun of them. So it was cool, but wasn't so cool because we just got to be with the same people because of being military police. You're in OSIT, so we're just with the same drill sergeants the whole time. So it's like, it's kind of like, it's kind of got a little lenient, but not really. But that's pretty much it. That, like, kind of wraps up the whole basic training. Oh, actually, blue phase is when you do your ruck march, which is a 10-mile ruck march. So you have, like, your big rucksack, which is a giant backpack for all these people who don't know, and you had to fill it with, like, it had to be, like, half the weight of our smallest person, so it was about 45 pounds. And I think for guys who were bigger, above a certain amount of weight, I think they had to have a little bit more. And it was a 10-mile walk, basically. 10-mile ruck. it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it certainly wasn't fun. It definitely hurt your hips. If you're a girl and you have weak hips, good luck. It sucks. That's when a lot of girls get hurt. I mean, luckily they kind of lead you up to like that stuff. So they, you know, we go on like a 3-mile one, and then I think it was supposed to be like 7 miles, 5 miles. I don't know. We skipped our second one because it was raining, so we ended up not doing it. But the 10-mile one, it took 4 hours. I'm pretty sure 4 hours, 4.5 hours. We do a lot of obstacle courses. We did an obstacle course. I think it was a confidence course at the end of blue phase, because I know we did one back in red phase, is when we kind of all gathered around and like got together. But I'm pretty sure it's a confidence course in blue phase, and that one was fun. That's when you do Jacob's ladder, and a lot of people were terrified of that. You know, it's a lot of teamwork. We had to like get on high things, get off of high things. This is just a picture of me and my battle buddies climbing over the walls in the confidence course. You know, there was walls that we had to get over, and like there's smaller ones and shorter ones, and you had a team of 4, and you had to lift each other up and get each other over it. It was pretty cool. We had a competition with Delta. I was Bravo 795. I think we had a competition with Delta 795. Pretty sure. And it was like a couple people from each platoon got picked to do it again. So like I did it with a couple other of my battle buddies against Delta. Unfortunately, we lost. Like, but whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. But that kind of stuff was the fun stuff. Like that's the stuff that like, wow. Like I'm glad I'm doing this. Pretty sums up basic training. I mean, honestly, it really doesn't sound like a lot. It just, basic training was easy. Like honestly, like it was an easy thing to accomplish. Like it sucks. Like when you first get there, reception sucks. I'll do a video on reception too. Reception sucks. I think I already did one, but I'll do another one just because. Reception, getting there, it's just like, it's a very hard feeling to explain. Like you will never understand until it's something that you do. But when you're there, like basic training really doesn't, like basic training came and went like this. It was hard being there for 20 weeks instead of only like 9.5, 10. Like normally you go to AIT and you live a completely different life. But being in OSIT and being 31 Bravo, it's just, or I know 11 Bravos I think do it, and like chemical engineers. Like being in OSIT, it's just a whole different experience, and it's just so much harder. Like the first 8 weeks were like, okay, done, and then it's like your environment, you expect all these change, and it didn't change. Like yeah, we got PAHSEs and got to use our phones a little bit more, but like it just, I'm just saying, basic training is easy. Anyone can get through it. If you guys have any questions, I'm pretty sure I have all my social media handles like down in my on my page, and I don't know if they're in the description box, but they're on my page. But they're all JC Pickett with 4 T's anyway. So if you have any questions, honestly, you can just ask me. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. So, because I will tell you my real experience. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, and I'll tell you if your recruiter's lying to you, anything like that. So just let me know. Bye guys.